My name is Shirley Honorade. I am the only child of my parents. My mom, who is from Ogun State, met my dad when he came to serve as a corps member in her village. She fell in love with him immediately and ran away with him to his hometown in Delta State when his service year ended. From the moment she got to his family house, life became unbearable for her because his family didn't like that he brought someone from another tribe. My father had changed completely from the man she fell in love with and never hesitated to beat her whenever he had the chance.
What are you saying? What are you saying? What are you saying?
This led to several miscarriages until she finally had me. Unfortunately, I didn't die, but rather lived to become a pawn and an object of pleasure for my monstrous father. I went through a lot of pain in his hands. My mom couldn't do anything to stop it. The only thing she kept telling me was to endure as a woman so we won't get kicked out and become homeless in a strange land where we knew nobody. She taught me not to resist or fight. She told me to wear my shame like a crown and spread my legs wide open whenever he came knocking. She taught me to turn my face to the opposite side and shut my eyes whenever he invaded my private part. Strip on my scream no matter how much it hurts, whenever he trusted in and out of me with no mercy. She taught me to bottle my anger and trade in an imaginary well whenever he finished and left without checking to see whether the blood that soaked the bed was from my defiled body or from knife wounds I longed to inflict on myself.
My daughter, Mama, I know your father has become a monster. The way he treats us in this house. Please, no matter what he does, you cannot reveal all these things to anyone outside. If your father draws us out of this house, we'll be left homeless. There is nowhere for us, and I want us to sleep on the streets. So please, whatever your father asks you to do, just do it.
Mama.
For my sake, if not for the sake of my own sake, so that there will be peace in this house. Please, my dear.
Mama. Mama, this is not fair.
I know it's not fair. Do it for my sake. I want us to be left homeless. Okay.
Okay.
It's okay, my daughter.
She taught me these things because she wanted us to leave. Because she didn't want us to end up as beggars on the streets. I wanted to tell him how scared I was on the first night. How I cried and bled so much. How I tried so hard to wash the stench of his body off mine, even after my mom had helped me the first time. I wanted to fall in his arms and tell him everything that has transpired every day and since then. But my feet working together with my head had taken me further away from him and closer to my worst nightmare. I wished deep down in my heart that he wouldn't leave me like he said he wouldn't before. I prayed he wouldn't remember all the things I had told him that afternoon. I had gotten used to seeing him every day. He was the only person I knew, the only person I trusted and felt safe with. He was the only one I had, and that was why I didn't hesitate when he sent a note through my neighbor's kids asking me to go somewhere with him for the last time. I trusted him, and I couldn't wait to see him again. The next day was a Saturday, so he had asked me to wait for him at the junction where he would meet me, and then we'll all go to where he wanted to show me. Luckily for me, my parents always stayed late till 7 p.m. in the shop on weekends. So, after doing my chores from the day, I was free to go out to return before 6 p.m. When we stopped in front of a building, I couldn't help asking where we were going to. He asked me to trust him and just follow him.
We heard about that woman that was raped yesterday at Keja.
Oh, yes.
They told me and I was devastated. And I'm still trying to think of what to do. I think this should be a meeting for another day.
But I think we should raise money for her.
Yes.
At least, yes, it will go a long way.
I think that would be the best thing to do.
When we entered the building, he greeted someone that looked like his mother
You understand? Okay, that would be the best thing for us to do. This thing is becoming too much. It's becoming too rampant, and I think we have to stop it. I feel for her anyways. Oh, this is just too much.
Jeff had left me already. So it was just me and his mom sitting among some other ladies who welcomed me with warm smiles.
This is an organization where we talk about sexual abuse. Whether being raped by your uncle, your brother, your neighbor, your friend, your father. We want to help them.
And what did Jeff tell you? Whatever Jeff told you is not the truth. And what am I doing here?
Calm down. He didn't tell me everything. All he said was, you may be facing something similar to what everyone here has faced. That was why I invited you. You don't have to say anything, okay? Just listen to what everyone has to say. Maybe you might have the courage to speak up after hearing them. Because nobody can help you if you don't tell us how to help you. You have to start by speaking up. Please, we want to help you. Tell us, how can we help you? Make us help you. We want to help you.
Promise me you love me.
This is Stephanie.
I was very excited to go first back in school. Because when I was still at night, it was very funny. It was very, very awful because it's ruined my school year.
And this is Joy.
Hi. I was raped by my landlord's son when I was 18. I was devastated. He threatened that if I should say anything to anyone, he would kill me. I was so scared. I was confused. I didn't know what to do. But at the point, I summoned the courage to speak up. And that is why I am here today.
And this is Sonia.
I was raped by my elder brother when I was 10. And I couldn't further my school. Because of that, everything went wrong. I was so frustrated. But since I met her, everything changed. As you can see, I'm okay now.
Now, Shirley, we all have been through sexual abuse. We are just fine. We are doing just fine. We want to help you. If you don't speak up, we can't help you to be fine. We really want to help you. We want you to be fine.
As each person said their stories, I felt the pressure to pour out my heart too. I wanted to empty my heart and guts there in that moment. But then, my mother's words rang in my head. Oh, mommy. Nobody can save us from this mess that I put us in. Even God would have to calm down if He wants to intervene. No human being can help us. The day I left my parents to tie myself with this man, that day I burned the bridge to our freedom and happiness.
I really feel for her. Oh, I can't believe I'm crying. What can we do? How are we going to help her now?
She really is so scared. We have to do something very fast.
We need to act fast. Yes, we need to act fast. Now we'll see how we raise money about the woman we talked about earlier on.
We can't do anything if she doesn't say anything.
That's the problem, so we have to make her speak up first. Because we need to help her.
So once again, my head worked together with my feet and took me away from the only people that were capable of saving me. Taking me closer and further to my destruction.
Mama, this one in your room, and what happened? Don't worry. I feel so worried. Where did you go to? Papa. Who is your papa?
So you weren't expecting us. That was the reason you left this house with that boy. Eh?
Mom, you mean you let her go just like that, without offering any form of help? Why?
What would you have suggested I do? Detain her and force her to talk to us? It's like that initially. Speaking up is not always easy. It can be forced.
I am not suggesting you do that.
But letting her go home without helping her is the worst thing that can happen to her right now. God.
How can I help her if she doesn't speak up? You told me initially that there's a chance that she's been assaulted sexually, and I asked you to bring her. How can I help her if she doesn't speak up? Don't worry, son. She'll be safe.
Mom, you don't get it, do you? She's not safe at all. In fact, anything could be happening at this instant.
Are you deaf? Come here. You think I will watch you? See, you think I will let that happen again? Eh? You think I will let that happen again? I will rather kill myself than to watch that happen.
Not today, Fada. You will not stop this child today. See, today is the day all this nonsense will come to an end. Even if it means you and I killing ourselves.
Woman, so you now have the cause, to point your useless finger into my eyes.
I will point it into your eyes. You will not touch this my child today. That will not happen.
Her house is the worst place she could be right now.
Is there something you know I don't know? Jefferson, Ebuka, Gift, Carlo. I demand an answer to my question now. Who is the person assaulting Shirley? Is it from her house? What are you not telling me? Jeff? Answer
Answer me.
Her father. Yes, her father.
Are you saying... you... Oh my crap. Are you saying the truth?
Yes, Mom. She didn't want me to tell anybody because she was scared of him.
Oh my God. God. We have to go there now. She needs help. We need to help her. What are you still doing there sitting up? Come on, let's go!
You are very stupid!
You are very stupid, Tega! So let me tell you, today is the day we end up killing ourselves. Today is today. See, even if we end up killing ourselves, we are ready. And the whole world will see what a useless father you are. Rubbish.
Woman!
Listen, no, let me tell you, the whole world will see how shameless you are. Shameless father like you. Don't go let me for you.
It's
Run me.
So, it's me you are tying up for? You are doing that to God to tie your
Doing
husband.
something for you.
It is me you are doing that to God to
And yes, you see I'm doing that to God for.
Okay. Now that you have decided to die, I will grant you your wish. I will grant you your wish. I will grant your wish. I will kill you. Oh my God. Shelly, what do we do? What do we do? I don't know. What do we do? I don't know, Shelly. Shelly, please talk to me, Shelly. Shelly, Shelly, please talk to me, Shelly. What happened? Oh my God. She's from my speaker to the hospital right now, please. Okay, hospital. Oh, okay. Call an ambulance. I'm going. Shelly, please talk to me. Shelly, call an ambulance. Shelly, please open your eyes. Shelly, please. Shelly.
The image of my father and my mother in the pool of their own blood lingered in my memory after I was discharged from the hospital. My mom was sitting close to me with her head bandaged. Fortunately, she survived, and my father didn't. My father's death would have been the greatest news I received that day. But hearing from the doctor that I was carrying the seed of my mysterious father took the lead. As if having to live with the memories wasn't enough, I had to put my life on hold. I had to bear the critics that would come and carry his child for 9 good months. And when the child would be born eventually, all I had to do was look at him and be reminded that God had punished me from the very day I was conceived. I looked at my mother, searching for answers as to what would become of me. But her face was pale and empty. As usual, my mother couldn't help me. Maybe I shouldn't be depending on her for answers. Maybe it was time to start answering my questions by myself. Immediately, I made up my mind as to what actions to carry out. Instead of bringing an innocent child to earth and hate him or her the same way I hate my father, instead of living with a constant reminder of what I was unfortunate to experience, ending my life was better. So that's how my light was put off. My journey that started only 18 years ago had been stopped. I didn't get the chance to dream big or even dream at all. I wasn't born with any spoon, yet a lot of torture was served on my plate. I ate with my hands. I know you'll be fast to pass the blame to everyone in this room. My mother, for instance. If she hadn't run away with my father or be too weak to stand up for me, maybe I'll still be alive. Or Jeff's mom. If she hadn't allowed me live that day, maybe I would still be alive. Or Jeff. If he had not listened to me and had told his mom the truth from the beginning or went to the police, maybe I would still be alive. But I don't blame them. I blame the man that made himself a tool in the hands of the devil. The man that even outdid the devil with his evil acts. The effects of sexual assault is always deadly, whether small or big. That is why it shouldn't be allowed to happen in the first place. In as much as speaking up is important, nobody should be faced with the option of speak up and die. That is why it should not be allowed to happen. For those that have already been victims, therapy should be made available, no matter how long they will need it for. As for the offenders, I suggest that they be made perfect scapegoats for whoever would want to venture into the act at all. There is no excusable reason for the perpetrators of this abominable act. Sexual assault should not be condoned.